Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Music podcast with your host, Adam Roach.
All right, welcome to the podcast, Land of Music podcast at Musicland. And today I have Cathy and George.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 All right. So we're here to talk about Musicland. And so actually we might start with how it all first got started. That's okay?
It's can I shall
Go
I
on,
do-
yeah, you go for it.
This is my story and I tell people it's the truth. But Michael, as you know, plays guitar. And he had a band at the time, an original band, and they used to practice at our house.
Now,
and
who's Michael?
My husband and his dad, and George's dad. Yeah. And they used to practice at our house, and they used to come in and out on a Sunday. It was like my only day off. And in the end, I said, "Love, you have to find somewhere else to practice. I've had enough."
No, that's because we had noise complaints from our neighbours.
And that too.
Yep.
But it was me. I said, "You really need to." And and this used to be a part of Weatherworld next door.
Yep.
And he kind of came in and he said, okay, that's it. We weren't using it at the time because we found another way to do stock. And so George and Mick decided to build a stage and Musicland was evolved. So, yeah.
So Weatherworld was yours, was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So we ran that we brought it up and we ran it for 30 years. We grew it to be
really?
one of the biggest heating and air conditioning companies in Victoria.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then we ran Weatherworld and Musicland simultaneously. So we actually started Musicland as a hobby.
Yep, absolutely.
And then from that hobby, then everyone got fed up of Weatherworld because it was not as exciting as having a music venue. And Mum and Dad decided to sell the business at Weatherworld.
Okay.
And then we started doing this full-time. So we've been doing this full-time for the last 10 years.
More than 10, I reckon. I reckon it's 50.
It's 12 years. So it's 21 years this year.
So you reckon we did it as a hobby for about 5 or 6?
10 years.
As a hobby?
Yeah, we did 21 years.
It's mother for something. No, I reckon we only did for a hobby for 5.
No.
Okay.
Just trust me. Because I can tell you why.
Why?
Because the year that we decided to start building this, my daughter was born. So that was 22 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was 1.
Yeah.
So I used to leave Susan at home. And Ava at home on their own, and then I'd come here till 2 o'clock in the morning after working the full day next door at Weatherworld.
That's right.
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, I know.
Doing 9 to 5 and then coming here and working from 7 till 2.
Yeah. So this used to be a storeroom. Originally, It was literally empty with a stage. He built this stage first, and it was this size, wasn't it, when he built it?
Yeah, so the whole thing was behind the stage that when we decided to build the stage, it was basically we asked all our musician friends and obviously ourselves, what is it on a stage that you want? And so everyone goes, we want a big stage. Yeah. So we did a big stage, and then they go, well, we don't want any cables on the stage. So we worked out a way of running all the cabling, so all the mic leads and everything underneath, so no one was tripping on leads. Me being a drummer and another couple of drummers go, we want a really big drum riser. So we built the drum riser. Funnily enough, out of our register display. So the floor registers that you see in your house for heating and cooling, for heating, that was actually the display that we had, and we flipped them both over, and that was our stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we built a bar, and the bar was over on the right-hand side. Well, where we're sitting from the stage, on the right-hand side.
Yes.
Yeah, with just one fridge. I've got some photos.
Yep.
It was very funny. And we used to have a sound studio on that side, didn't we? Not a sound studio.
Yeah,
a sound
a studio.
And then it got changed. We had a billiard table. Then we didn't. We had the desk where it is now. And then a few years later, we moved it upstairs until your dad kept getting hamstring problems from up and down the stairs all the time. You had to be fit.
Yep.
Did you have rehearsal studios as well at one stage?
Yeah, we had rehearsal studios.
So we had 7 rehearsal studios.
That's right.
7? Yes. No. 6 rehearsal studios in total. The big one out the back, which is now Bebby's.
Yeah.
And then 5 smaller ones.
That's like, I remember that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah,
It was a long time ago.
So I remember Ebony had her 18th here,
Yeah.
and she's 29 now.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There you go. You had a birthday here too.
Yeah, I had my 50th here.
Yeah?
Had a few here.
Yeah.
I think someone else, one of my friends had his birthday at the back.
Yeah.
And we had the fundraisers. And
Yeah.
it's been great.
Yeah, it's a good... Bebby's is really good because it was about 1:30 and it's such a good sounding room as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a great sounding room. Christina, when she joined us recently, that was the first thing she wanted to do was to decorate Bebby's, and it looks better.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
Yeah.
And Christina's your daughter.
Yeah, Christina's
Yes,
a daughter.
So, very much a family affair.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And we've got one of the grandchildren working. Eva's working for us now.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, which I think is really good. I mean, you don't get a lot of that around, the family, the business.
Yeah.
And, the way you guys run it too, I think is just fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we try. We try and be nice. Try and be
As
nice.
long as you get along.
Yeah,
But that's what it is, and I think we're lucky in that aspect that as a family we are close.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we do work really, really well together.
Yep.
And that's one of the things, maybe because I grew up being in this building since I was 13, being in this area as well, loading up stock and everything.
Yeah.
But because of working with Mum and Dad for so many years, we've just got that great relationship.
We get used to it. We're allowed to get annoyed with each other, but it's no big deal. You blow up, and then you think, okay, and you're back to normal.
Yeah.
And I think, can you separate work from family? We've always been able to do that. So when you come to work, it's work.
Yeah, and that was the big thing. We go home and we actually generally try not to discuss work whatsoever. Yep. And we can have a family event and everyone's around, or we're just sitting down for a meal, and we very rarely discuss work.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the good separation side of it comes in.
Yeah. I mean, we have meetings to discuss it, but outside of family time,
Yeah.
But this sometimes creeps in. Not very often.
Yeah. Except when someone messages you and say, hey, got this idea for a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, which was great, actually. It was really good. Yeah. I love the name of it too, so we'll start taking over soon.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the idea, hopefully, to try and get more acts on to talk about these shows coming up, and even maybe, like I was saying, get acoustic performances. Or I was talking to Al Anderson from Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah.
And he's coming down in November.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully, if we do like a meet and greet here or something.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he would love to do that.
Yeah, anything's good. We're happy with anything. I think
He was a guitarist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's really good to promote music, all different types of music, and have it open for, we do a lot of school concerts here. And
I was going to mention that.
Oh, well, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going to say, because I've had that here as well, some of my concerts, and I think it's just great for the kids.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting up in a little hall somewhere.
Yeah.
But here, the full
like
production.
A music venue.
Yeah. It's great. So you do that a lot as well for the...
We do them. Well, we do quite a few different schools, but it's usually end of year concerts, so it's kind of all within a month span, and then so a couple of times a year we'll have 4 or 5 schools in, and it's good. I love it. I like seeing the kids perform, and
that's what it is. It's becoming. I think it's becoming more of a dying art at the moment with a lot of kids, because they don't have. They don't have that outlet as much as, say, for instance, what we did or yourselves.
Well, you didn't have video. I'm doing their video games.
No, I was the first generation to start with video games.
Were you?
We were the last generation. I was the last year of kids, I reckon, to play out in the street.
Yeah. Yes, under watchful. Wait, well, you did, because I can remember you playing cricket in the thing with the boys next door.
Yes.
Yes, good. Shut up. I was allowed out all day and just had to come home before it got dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
No phones.
But all the parents that have come to see their children at the concert, just said fantastic things about us, and how different it is seeing up on stage.
Yes.
Doing what they're doing, and just that they get a bit more nervous, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's good getting used to that. The next step.
Yeah, that's right.
But it also gives kids the opportunity to do that, to be able to get up on a full live stage, be able to perform to an audience. They don't often get that chance to do that. And some of the kids excel at it, and then they decide, well, I love this.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
I think they're very brave. I think anybody that gets up on a stage and exposes themselves is so brave. So brave. I mean, when I first actually had to do a speech at one of Weatherworld's things, I practiced for about 4 days. And then I got up and I practiced. I had to sleep in the afternoon because I was so nervous. And I got up and went into the microphone, said 2 words and started to giggle, you know. I was like 50 and here am I giggling. So I think they're very brave to do it, and I think it's great experience.
And now look at you.
Yeah, no, my God. Because we do the live now, it's just. It's like, I'm a Leo, so we're supposed to like
So how about the music industry, about you guys, like how you first got into it? I know it was from your dad.
Yeah, well, obviously he played guitar. His dad, he was about 12, I think, and his dad said, do you want to learn guitar? And he said, well, no, he promised him an electric guitar if he learnt guitar. And there's a big story to that too. But anyway, cut a long story short, he did it by a record player. So he actually can't read music. So he did it with a record player for you and kept picking the thing up, listening to the guitar work and play guitar. So he learnt guitar that way. That's why you can listen to music now and just play it rather than having to have...
But I think we got into it as a general for the venue side of it as a passion. And it did start off as, well, let's build a stage so we can play to ourselves and we can invite a few friends over, and then that sort of snowballed. But I think because we've grown the venue organically, and it is something that we absolutely love. I mean, we used to laugh about it that when we first opened the venue up, we used to get 30 to 40 people in here and think, oh, my God, this is busy as anything, and think that, wow, look how good we're doing. And then that sort of crept up to now obviously sold out shows and all of this, and we've got 400 to 500 people in here. And it's like, look at where we started from to where we are now, and it's and it is a good thing. But it also shows that the live music industry is definitely still alive. It is getting harder out there. Obviously, we're losing a lot of venues itself. But when I say venues, I mean true venues. So venues that are just there to promote live music, to put bands on, and that's all we do. We don't have any major sort of side gigs like your pokies and that sort of stuff because I was having a discussion with someone about it, and they go, oh, well, we went to this venue and it was free to get in and it was free to do this and free to do that. And I said, yeah, but I guarantee you that half the punters that went in all went and dropped $50 inside the pokey machines, and that's where these venues make their money. So
exactly.
And I think as well, I actually see a big change over the years, and I think original music's coming back again. Now that a lot of the rap's gone, and I hear even on the radio, it's more like band music. Obviously, there was a lot of just singers and that with not backing tracks, but you know what I mean. But now there's a lot of band music, and we're really getting into that again. I mean, we did Band Wars many years ago, and people still mention it today. In fact, I went to a podiatrist yesterday, and he said, Rohotas, which is our surname, I know that name. He said, what do you do? And I said, we got me. Oh, yes, I played there in Band Wars back in the day, 10 years ago or whatever it was. And that was all original music. We need to do something like that again.
Yes.
Oh, good.
But when saying that, I think you guys still give a lot of bands a go, like with Baby's Bar, and like last night you had the band up here. And, which a lot of clubs wouldn't do that.
No.
The original band, don't want to know about it.
Well, because they don't bring a lot of people. I mean, there's obviously some that work. Sisters Doll is a great Australian act that fill places out. They're brilliant. But they really took a long time to establish themselves. But a lot of the bands can get reasonable numbers, but some of them, you're lucky if they get 5 people in. But
that's the whole thing. I mean, we've got the advantage that we can do that and obviously still be able to support the... what do you call it? The original music scene. By having two venues in a sense, that you've got the smaller bar out the back that we can say, hey, guys, go in there, go and do what it is that you need to do. Let's try and help you guys out by running one entry that people can go and visit both bands, so they can come in and see a tribute show, which tribute shows do pay the bills in a sense for us.
They do, absolutely.
That's being honest about it. They do. They pay the bills. They bring the people in. People do love that sort of stuff. And having that people can then go into next door and there's an original music or an original band playing, an original artist playing, that they can go in there and go, well, I really, really like this. Let's explore it a little bit more. So it does help both sides of it because as a financial standpoint, as a venue, to have just original bands in, it doesn't work. Yeah, unfortunately.
No, well, it doesn't pay the bills. Everything's gone up.
Yeah.
You know, your insurance is ridiculous.
But being able to have both sides of it and being able to support the original band side of it is
makes us happy as well.
It does.
It does. We like to do that.
And plus, there's more. And there's a beer garden.
That's starting as well recently.
Where these brilliant acoustic artists come and play. This amazing guy and his daughter. They're really good.
Yeah, they are very good. They play all the time. That's why I book them, because they're very good.
Yeah. I mean, but just that as a factor too. Like, your bands here, you got the Beebs Bar. Yeah. Beebs Bar, sorry.
And
then in the beer garden. So it's really like 3 venues in the one.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like George said originally, it's kind of grown organically. Like, you know, we see where there's either a need to change something because it's not quite working, or a need to build the people that come in. So, you know, by doing different things.
Yeah.
And we really try. And Christina's come in and she's got the clothes shop going. It used to just be music instruments and accessories, which we've still got. Yep. But now she's got rock clothes. So we've even gone, you know, George with the kitchen. George, we're laughing. It's like an in-house joke. Yep. George with the kitchen, and we're building that up. And hopefully we're even looking at maybe doing Friday lunches and making it, you know, more of a destination to come to for Friday lunches. And we're looking for an acoustic act for Friday lunches too.
I know someone.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to maybe put a couple of acoustic acts in. And to be quite honest, that's come about with the grant from Music Victoria. They've offered a grant, and that's what we said we'd like to, because we'd like to have a go at putting acoustic acts in, which they will pay for, and that will open the kitchen up and serve food and brunches. Yep. And we're looking at starting that in
September.
Oh, nice.
Coming into spring.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to start it all. Obviously now winter's a bit hard to sit outside because it's freezing.
Too cold. Yeah. So we're thinking of starting that in September and something new. And if it works, we'll open more days, like in the week. So, but we'll start off on the Fridays, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's pushing me already.
No, I'm not pushing you. I'm just putting it out there.
No, it's been coming for about a year. 2 years. But we haven't been ready yet, and we'd rather be ready and right to do what we need to do, because it is something that we're going to look at also renovating the whole beer garden again, making the bar a little bit bigger, creating another servery. Look, now she's smiling.
I didn't know.
Yes, you did.
It's all new.
No, it's not. We discussed it.
Yeah. I wasn't listening, obviously, when you discussed it. No, I think, whatever, George, we'll work it out.
Whatever, says the finance lady.
Yeah, no. My first thing's usually no.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Although our bloody sound desk went.
That's another discussion.
Yeah.
But last night still sounded good.
Sounded fantastic.
Yeah, the first time with the new
desk.
Which hadn't been touched. Everything was set flat. So it's got a brilliant sound through it. So, we should really say thanks to the guys from Allen and Heath and Factory Sound, from Artie and Pete.
There you go.
Yep.
That's a whole new show, sound desks.
It's a whole new show for the 3 people that would watch it. They're going, I love this. This is about a mixing desk. Everyone else would be going.
Well, I must admit, when your dad talks about it, you know what I hear? Yeah. Sounds amazing.
So can we talk about some of the nights now? So now you've got the Wednesday night live.
Yep.
So it's televised on Facebook every week.
Yep.
So then the Fridays, Saturdays, bands, and Sundays.
Yep.
And acoustic duos.
Yeah.
So is there any plans on Thursdays or not at the moment?
A day of rest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, now that you mention it, no, it is something. Now that you mention it, we are going to look at doing something on a Thursday. So it might not be necessarily music related, but it'll be something that we're just thinking about ideas at the moment to either bring in like a comedy night, whether it be comedy, whether it be trivia, whether we, just something a little bit different.
Yeah. Comedy would be really cool.
Yeah.
Comedy would be great.
Yeah. You have to make sure you get good comedians on.
Yeah, yeah.
You should do comedy. You're very good at it, George. I always said he should have been a comedian.
No, got told I should do a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me, I'm still here.
I know, my poor babe. Still here.
Well, actually, talking about you, can we talk about Press Play?
Yes.
So, an event coming up on the 28th, which is, this will be out next week. So
next week.
On the weekend,
Yep.
So, it'll be next week,
Yep. So, okay, so the whole thing was I haven't played music in a lot of years. So I decided that was it. My kids have grown up and now I can do what I want freely. So came up with the idea of, instead of just being a general cover band, let's make it exciting and something that I like, which is movie soundtracks. So from what grew into just playing movie soundtracks has now grown into a full production of videos behind us that are all completely interactive with what we're doing. So as the person in the movie singing, we're singing along with them. So we're they're lip syncing us. So it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So how many pieces in the band?
So it's a 6-piece band, keyboards, drums, guitar, 3 vocalists, 32 costume changes in the first show.
Amazing.
So it should be fun.
Yeah. So have you got one of those things you see on, those Australia's Got Talent where they quickly do the change?
Yes.
You do.
It is. So we've got people helping us dress and undress and all of that, and it's just chaos in the back room, but it's organised chaos and it's just, good fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I must admit I haven't been to any of your rehearsals or nothing. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm a sweet transvestite. That song?
Yes. All right. So the whole part of the whole reason was that my favourite movie is Coming to America.
Okay.
Do you know who Randy Watson is?
No.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so Randy Watson's the guy that's dressed in blue in a band called Sexual Chocolate.
Yeah.
Terrible band and all of that. My favourite character in the whole movie. And I always thought that I'd love to get up on stage and just be Randy Watson for 30 seconds. And, so that's one of the things that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Is I get to be Randy Watson for 30 seconds.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. So it's coming up on the 28th.
28th of June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come down. Yeah. See my son make a fool of himself.
Just in case that didn't pick it up, she said, see my son make a fool of himself. Yes, exactly.
No, I don't mean that.
No, but that's a whole thing.
Shine bright.
No, I'm happy to make a fool of myself. As long as people smile, that's all that matters.
No, I'm not. I'm going to because you actually got a very good voice. Dad reckons you're getting better every week. I don't know if it's just mum pride or what you say about your kids. And it doesn't change. Like, how old are you? You're old now. I was a very young mum. No? No, you're not that old when I think about it. Can I go younger? Yeah. But it's good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Proud mum moment.
Any other shows coming up? I mean, actually, you also check in on the website,
Yes.
Musicland Facebook.
So Musicland Facebook, which is Musicland Melbourne, Facebook Musicland Melbourne, Instagram's our Musicland Melbourne. The website is musiclandlive.com.
Yep.
You didn't do it in your radio voice. You should do it again in your radio voice.
I don't want to do it in my radio voice. Adam doesn't need it.
Actually, the link will be here.
The link will be down there.
Oh,
yeah.
Do it in your radio voice. I like your radio voice.
Stop it.
Maybe that's why you never did comedy, because I used to make it. Do this, do that.
Yeah, don't jump off there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Come and put your bubble wrap suit on, George.
Yeah, I know. I was terrible. It's such a shame. And we used to laugh at Christina doing it the same with her kids.
Yeah.
I stopped doing it one day when, I don't know how old you were. You were 4, no, maybe 3 or 4. And he got onto the couch to jump off. And I said, don't do that. Like, don't, be careful. And he got off. And I said to Michael, I'm never doing it again. And I didn't. So it was good. Yeah.
I still don't jump off the couch to this day.
I traumatised him.
Now it's just off the drum riser.
Yeah, it's just off the drum riser. No, it's too high as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, so basically here at Musicland, you've got pretty much everything. You've got your food, your bands.
Yeah.
You have your rock shop.
Yep.
So all the guitars, strings, everything else people get from here.
Yep.
Clothes.
Yep.
And missed anything?
Yep. So we've got Bebby's Bar. We've got our production facility as well, that we do our video recordings and TV shows off, and we can do film clips and so forth. So we've got that side of it as well. What else? Come on.
Alcohol.
Yeah. And great production too, I must say. Everyone that's like seen all the live stuff, and even like last night, people are like, oh wow, look really cool, the acoustic stuff, and then the different camera angles and everything. And the sound here is just amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of work in the sound. I think because Mick and George are both musicians, that was always the most important thing, was what it sounded like. For me, it was not an issue. I didn't really care. I just was interested in how many people came in and bought drinks. So we balance each other, don't we?
Yeah.
We balance.
That's it. So get on down here.
Yeah, get on down here, get some drinks. Although we should consider doing, what do you call it? We should consider doing...
Now I know why I do all the advertising. There's nothing subtle about it.
No.
You can tell Mum does the accounts. Right, we need to get this many drinks.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. I'm the...
But it is, unfortunate. That's what makes the world go round in here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it makes the world go around full stop, I think. And it's really important for venues like this because people don't realise that's where you get your money from to keep it going. It's only... Where else do you make it? You get, bits and bats from food but that's more to help, that's more for the people that come in.
Yep.
To give them more of an experience.
And it is. And that's why we're always continually reinventing what we do in here. It's always been something with the venue that we've never stayed stale and gone, right, this formula works at the moment. Let's just stick with that formula. We're always looking at what's going to be next in the next year or the next 2 years, and we always start adapting the venue to suit that, to obviously keep it going. Because if we don't keep it relevant, then people get very bored very quickly and they always find something new to do. So if we can keep keeping everything relevant and keeping everything new and fresh, as fresh as possible, it keeps everyone still engaged and it keeps it entertaining. But because we bring everyone that comes into the venue, whether it be bands, whether it be the punters, whether it be people that work for us along with the journey, that's how we create this whole Musicland family and make everyone feel as welcome as possible and that to us is what it's about.
It's like community, isn't it?
It is. It's a big community.
Oh, and we do... for the community side, we've got our own choir, so we have a Musicland choir, and we're looking at doing some other things. We're looking at doing maybe, we used to do a rock and roll dance class, and I want to do like a daggy dancing. You know, all the dances that you do, apart from the...
line dancing?
I can't even think. Yeah, like line dancing and all your other jazzy dances. I want to teach you about that.
It's basically, so daggy dancing is line dancing for musicians because musicians don't generally dance. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
You dance on the inside.
We dance on the inside. But
that's what my always told me. No.
It's funny that though, because musicians have got rhythm.
Yeah, I know.
They've all got rhythm, but they can't dance.
Yeah. I found it. You done made me dance with all his mates, except for the last dance. And then he take me home.
Oh, I don't want to know.
On that note.
On that note, exactly.
Sorry, we went off track a few times.
Yeah. But so basically what I was saying, you got everything here. So, like you said, the shop and everything. So, it really is a land of music. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
See what you did there. I see that.
1359 Sydney Road, Thornton. Just in case.
Yes. All right.
Victoria, Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
the only place to be.
Because he goes worldwide.
What do you go worldwide? Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody from other places.
You can tell you're getting old.
Aw.
There they are.
Yeah. Hi. From England. America. I can't do.
No, don't.
No.
All right.
Not even try.
Well, thank you very much for this. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank
That's
you for
good fun.
asking.
Yeah, and thanks for supporting music and supporting my little family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, thank you for supporting us, and obviously you
Yes.
thank you for supporting the music industry, because without podcasts like this and without shows that you do,
Yeah,
wouldn't get out there.
Yep. Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank
We'll see you
you.
on the next episode.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Well, we won't be on the next episode.
Cut.